Friends and subscribers, clearasvodka, taking a little R&R break in, where else? Mexico, Sinaloa, Mazatlan, which you may or may not know is the home base, or I guess reputed headquarters of El Chapo, back when he was a free man, so to speak. And also, this is the province of Mexico where there's so many famous stories, infamous, of drug trade and things like that. However, it's cooled down up here in the north. We're right across from Baja Peninsula, but the drug cartels are stronger now in the south of Mexico, Guerrero and Michoacan areas. So it's actually very safe here. There's just a lot of old legend of Pablo Escobar was up in here. El Chapo actually stayed at some of these resorts here right on the beach that I'm staying at, and nobody had the balls really to take him out, which you can imagine why, if you want to save your head. Yeah, it's developing. I think that this is really kind of like a hidden gem. They call it the pearl of Mexico because the seafood is excellent. It's got the longest stretch of beach, I believe, in Latin America. But with all of that comes this. Found this on the beach. That is a small package of cocaine that somebody had consumed and left the baggie right on the beach here in paradise, and that's to be expected. When I was down south Mexico many years ago, I was actually talking to a border guard at a resort, and I looked down on one of the plants that aligned the entrance to the resort, and in that plant at the bottom, sitting in the dirt or where the bowl lies, was a half consumed joint. So the border guard must have been indulging over the evening hours, if you know what I mean. But that just goes with the territory. This is how it is here. It's black market, and there's a lot of similarities really to Mexico and China. A lot of the cultural stuff is very similar in meaning, and the development of Mexico, I think, is going to improve, and development of China, as you know, already has improved and will continue to. So maybe in our lifetimes, someday, we'll see China and Mexico become first world countries rather than second and third world countries. It's interesting how the dynamics are going to play out here as all currencies get reset and people get their heads screwed on right, and we stop playing these speculative games. So more later from this beach paradise, and I'm just soaking up the sun, taking in the waves, and contemplating the universe and my place in it. Oh, there's an old Dodge Dart, and that's something you don't see very often. This is like not the cool Dodge Dart either. This is like the Dodge Dart of I think the early 80s, where they tried to make it fuel efficient and made it boxy and kind of ugly. So not the Dodge Dart that you might think. The classic Dodge Darts from back in the muscle car days, really cool. This thing, not so cool.